Hello. Here we continue showing examples of applications of systems of two linear equations into variables. So let's take a look at our next question, which is question number 4. Bob has 18 coins totaling $1.50. If he only has dimes and nickels, how many of each coin does he have? Okay, so we're looking for how many of each of these coins are there. So let's do the following. Let's let X be the number of dimes and Y be the number of nickels. So let X equal to the number of dimes, Y be the number of nickels. Okay, so what's the information we have? That there are 18 coins total and that the total amount is $1.50. So 18 coins in total and the total amount is $1.50. Okay, so let's put this information in terms of X and Y. If you have 18 coins in total and the coins you have are dimes and nickels, then the number of dimes plus the number of nickels is 18. So X plus Y equals 18. Now, you have the total amount of $1.50. Some of that is in dimes, some of that is in nickels. So we'll say that the amount in dimes plus the amount in nickels is $1.50. Now let's remove the dollar sign here so we can do algebra in a simple way. Okay, so what's the amount in dimes? Well, you multiply the number of dimes times how much each dime is worth. Each dime is worth $0.10. So we have to say 0.10 times the number of dimes, which in this case is X. Similarly, the amount in nickels is going to be the number of nickels, which is Y, times the amount each nickel is worth. That happens to be $0.05. So this amount in dollars plus that amount in dollars equals $1.50. Okay, so here we have two linear equations, two variables. What we want to do is we want to solve for those variables. Okay, before we begin, we should clean the mess down here. Let's get rid of those decimals. Multiply the second equation by 100. That will remove all the decimals in that equation. So what do we get from that? 100 times 0.10 gives you 10. So our second equation begins with 10x. 100 times 0.05 is 5, so that's plus 5y, equals 100 times 1.50 is 150. Our first equation has no decimals, so we don't have to adjust it. We just copy x plus y equals 18. Now, we can use elimination to solve this system, but let's make it a little bit simpler Look at the second equation. Observe that the greatest common factor of those three coefficients is 5. So we can divide this second equation through by 5 and make it a simpler equation. So let's do that. Let's divide by 5. Second equation. So 10 by 5 is 2. 5 over 5 cancel entirely. 150 over 5 is simply 30. So here's what we have. 2x plus y equals 30. And I have my other equation, x plus y equals 18. Let me put it under our recent result. So x plus y equals 18. Now, if we want to eliminate here, it is most convenient to eliminate y. In order to do that, take the first equation minus the second equation. Okay, so we obtain 2x minus x is x. Y minus y cancel equals to 30 minus 18, which is 12. Okay, so here is one of our answers. X, the number of dimes, is 12. So there are 12 dimes, and it is clear that there will be 6 nickels, because if x is 12, 12 plus y equals 18, so y must be 6. Okay, so let's go check our answer, see how well we did. So Bob has how many nickels? Well, remember that was 6 nickels. And 12 dimes. Now we check, and we got the answer. Okay, let's try one more example. Question 5. Mr. Jones has $15,000 to invest. He invests part at 9% and the rest at 13%. If he earns $1,590 in interest after 1 year, how much did he invest at each rate? Okay, so let's clean the board, put the information down. Okay, so first, let's remark that there are two things we're looking for: the amount invested at 9% and the amount invested at 13%. So let's let X be the amount invested at 9% and let Y be the amount invested at 13%. What information do we have? We have that the total amount at the beginning is $15,000. So that's the initial amount, or the capital. So the capital is $15,000. We also know that after 1 year, the total interest earned is $1,590. So total interest is $1,590. Okay, so the question that's being asked is to find X and find Y. So find X, find Y. Okay, so let's put X and Y into this information right here. So The capital is the total amount you started with, which in this case is x plus y. So you have that x plus y equals to 15,000. Let me get rid of the dollar signs here. So x plus y is 15,000. Now, how do you compute the total interest? You're going to have to add the interest earned at 9% plus the interest earned at 13%. So we're going to do it this way. Interest at 9% plus the interest at 13%. So how do you get the interest at 9%? Well, you multiply the total amount that you have invested at 9% times 0.09. 0.09x plus, how did you get the interest at 13%? The total amount that was invested at 13%, which is y, times 0.13. As in our previous example, we should clean up the mess that appears in this latter equation. Get rid of the decimal. In this case, we have to multiply by the equation by 100. So let's multiply the second equation by 100 to get rid of the decimal. Let me try that again. Multiply the second equation by 100. Okay, so here's what we get. 0.09 times 100 is 9, so that first term is 9x, plus 0.13 times 100 is 13, so that second term is 13y, equals to 1590 times 100, which is 159,000. Okay, so that took care of getting rid of the decimals in the second equation. The first equation has no decimals, so we just copy it. Let me put it as the second equation this time, because the elimination will be our next step. And if we have the second equation second, makes the elimination simpler to perform. Alright, so let's say now we want to solve this system. So let's say that we want to eliminate x. If we want to eliminate x, we need to multiply our bottom equation by -9 to be able to cancel the 9x. Okay, so let's do our multiplication first. -9 times x is -9x. -9 times y is -9y. And -9 times 15,000. Let's do that in the calculator. Let's multiply 9 times 15,000. So it's 135,000. But it is negative. So negative 135,000. We're going to put that in here. Okay, our first equation, we just copy it. So we have 9x plus 13y equals to 159,000. Now we add the two equations that eliminates the x's. Now 13y minus 9y happens to be 4y. So we end up with 4y equals. Now let's do the subtraction. We're subtracting 135,000 from 159,000. The result is, let's try that again. I think I made a mistake here. So 159,000 minus 135,000, 24,000. Okay. Now we can solve for y, so just divide both sides by 4. And we end up with y equaling 24,000 divided by 4, which is 6,000. Okay, so now we just found out that the amount invested at 13% was $6,000. And it is not difficult to figure that then the other amount has to be $9,000, because when you add them together, you should get $15,000. Okay, so let's put this in and see how well we did. Mr. Jones invested at 9%. Remember, at 9%. At 9%, $9,000. And at 13%, $6,000. Let's check. And that was it. Okay. That is all for now. Thank you for watching.